Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and this is my video about the new moon of the 18th of June. It's the fuller analysis with wonderful, helpful astrological detail. But also see my brief, short video and its associated blog for quick presentation of the energies of the June new moon. Now, it's on the 18th of June at 2 Vedic Gemini, and it's in Mrigashira Nakshatra. And in Western tropical zodiac, it's 26 Gemini. So there's a cerebral, mentalistic, mercurial energy because this new moon is in Gemini. It's restless, questing energy, given the nature of Mrigashira, the nakshatra in which this new moon falls. The nakshatras are the very accurate and wonderful 27-sign lunar zodiac of Vedic astrology. So this will be a time where there's a risk of mentalism and not being in touch with our heart and our body. But the forefront energy is actually Mars energy. There's an irritable Mars edge with a risk for critical arguing in relationship. And that's because the new moon is in Mrigashira, which is ruled by Mars. And it's because Mars is actually transiting Vedic Cancer at this time, the water sign, where he's weakened, irritable and steamy. And actually, Venus is in Cancer with Mars at the same time. They're conjunct. So it's important to realise that this is a passionate but jealous and moody energy. Watch your mind, watch out for irritability or even fights in relationship. It's very significant also to know the fact that Mars and Venus are in Ashlesha Nakshatra, which is at the end of the sign of Cancer at the time of this new moon. Ashlesha's energy is intense, poisonous, mysterious with dark themes. It's serpent energy. So you can look out for its higher qualities and perceptions and give them a chance in your life during this lunation, because its energy includes wisdom and the occult. But be aware that Ashlesha is also very overcritical, and Mars and Venus are conjunct in a very overcritical nakshatra therefore. Very significant indeed also is the fact that Mars is conjunct Lilith, and both Lilith and Mars are square Uranus, the planet of revolution. This means try and recognise and manage intense, quick to anger impulses, and look out for freedom-seeking impulses as well. It could be impulsive behaviour with eruptions of anger and outbursts of buried unconscious material that need to be expressed. So bear in mind that the more spiritual approach to buried unconscious material is to watch out about the outbursts, but seek to perceive what's actually rising in your consciousness to be dealt with now. You'll reclaim your confidence in yourself that way. You'll have a fuller sense of self. There won't be so many parts of you buried in the unconscious, nagging away, in making you do things and you don't know why you're doing them. You'll be fuller and stronger if you do work at this time to deal with unconscious material. And that will make you become more strong. So watch out for erratic moods. Don't let them divert you from the true spiritual path and challenge. So, another thing to watch out for, unexpressed emotions may bubble up and surface. Raw unconscious anger may bubble up and surface now. So don't let this be a case of lashing out in frustration. Instead, watch out for the breakthroughs of insights that we can get, indeed with the help of loved ones. Sexual tension can lead to love-making rather than arguing. Freedom and independence, the Uranus dimension, must be balanced with nurturing, loving relationship. So dramatic changes and breakouts could be on the cards, but work lovingly with family members as well. Work together, gain understanding, love and support. Don't sabotage the things in your life that you also need. So the next factor to absolutely be aware of, it's big, is that this new moon is square Neptune. The full moon's at 2 Gemini, Neptune is at 3 Pisces. Now, negatively, this could catch us up into delusion, confusions, misunderstandings. Watch out for those, get rid of them. Instead, look for vision potential, sensitivity, release illusions. You know, it's an energy which can have shamanic journeying, all sorts of things are the wonderful positive side of Neptune if we can bypass and get rid of the delusion, confusions and misunderstandings. Now, it's very important to bear in mind that Saturn has just turned retrograde the day before. We each of us need to understand Saturn's karmic and spiritual demand on each of us. And Saturn's energy in our life mid-2023 and into next year. This is a time to orientate your life to your spiritual purpose, to your incarnational life purpose. Saturn's stationing and retrograde period from roughly March 23 to February 24 and peaking this June 2023 can prompt us, each of us, to become the self-mastering spiritual hero, or it can plunge us into self-doubting torment and gloom and despair. And you see, it's through having to deal with our gloom and despair and lack of confidence that Saturn can exercise his divine purpose to impel us to see what is our proper path forward and where our present path forward is wrong for our spiritual fulfillment. Saturn is a stern energy. He'll force us to see where our karmic baggage isn't being dealt with properly and is cutting us off from our light hero potential. I did 2 videos and a blog post on this, so please see these. I did them a few days ago. The next point is huge too. Pluto is square the nodal axis. Rahu North Node, Ketu South Node are at 7 degrees Aries Libra. Pluto is square them at 5 degrees Capricorn. Now Ketu the South Node is where each of us comes in this life, and Rahu the North Node is where each of us is driven forwards as our karmic goal and our destiny direction in this lifetime. So with Pluto, the planet of power, square the nodal axis, this is the time to see what's going on, to let the fullness of your power properly arise, to tap into your buried power that maybe wasn't allowed in your childhood or whatever. Let it arise properly now, not in a way that tramples others. So this is actually your chance, seriously, for renewal and rebirth. It's the time to stand powerful in awareness of your life purpose for this lifetime. It's the time to let your rightful power direct you into your best spiritual path forward, so that you have the power and strength to hold on to it and to perceive it. Just a little point, but it's important. We're talking about the nodal axis. Jupiter is conjunct the North Node. The Jupiter-Rahu combination is, remember, driven and ambitious, but it can offer a lot of wisdoms. So do be open to the wisdom breakthroughs. Do allow its insights in, but beware overdrive, obsession, burnout, overriding your loved ones. And the last point I want to make is that on June the 21st, it's the summer solstice. It's the peak of the sun's influence in this earth. It's the height of illumination. Let the illumination portal open, the strength of the sun flood through and suffuse your body and your consciousness. It's the longest day. I'm actually bringing this video to you from the beautiful west of Ireland, and there are so many Neolithic monuments around here, and so many of them are orientated to summer solstice and winter solstice. These first farmers who arrived in Ireland were so aware of the divine nature of the sun, and so must we be. Take time on the summer solstice day to attune to the divine nature of the sun and to your sun self. So I hope the astrological analysis is useful prompts for awareness and life change and maximizing your potential at the time of this new moon and the upcoming lunation. You can get an astrology reading from me at my Star Wheel Astrology website. Or if it's more about relationship issues, go to my Love Star Dating website, the international dating site for those on a spiritual pathway, with its panel of astrologers and healers. I always combine Western and Vedic astrologies in my readings, and so that way you get the fuller wisdom, the fuller opportunities. I'm always totally attuned to healing possibilities. So I look forward to working with you, and thank you.